Hey guys, I am back. I did take some time off filming videos for YouTube because unfortunately at the end of August my father passed away from leukemia. It was a very, very difficult time, and it still is quite a difficult time that I'm going through. I know some of you saw my posts over on Instagram, and also I posted something over on here on my community tabs. So thank you so much for all of your supportive and kind messages. Thank you for your patience. That definitely does mean a lot to me. But I'm so happy, that I feel kind of like at ease to get back into the flow of, putting a video together with some makeup products. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you my top recommendations for eyeshadow palettes that are perfect for the fall season. A lot of these palettes are actually in the eyeshadow palettes. I did go through my eyeshadow palette drawer and I just pulled some of the palettes, that really give me fall vibes, but also some of them are a little bit different, Some of them have a little bit more of a twist to them. So if you do end up enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and also ring the bell in order to get notified about my upcoming videos. Check out my description box. I'm gonna just put all of the discount codes that I've got in there. Also, I just wanted to mention this quickly. I do have a new discount code, 20% off with Sweet Beauty. If you've never heard me talking about Sweet Beauty, if this is your first video, they actually make my all-time favorite mascara. I've been raving about this now since years. Ever since this was released, I love it. I also do have some full faces by the brand, so I just wanted to quickly mention that. I'm going to put that discount code in my description box down below. Just remember to click on the link in order for the discount code to work. That's some great news, and I am so happy that I've got this discount code because I've been asking for such a long time. I just love this brand so much, so I was really happy when they approached me with the discount code. And I'm happy that you guys can get some coins off. But all right, I would say without no further ado, let's just kick it off. Let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes. And I feel like let's just start off with the palette that I'm currently wearing on my eyes. I mean, I'm going to be posting this look over on my shorts tab as well. It's going to come up. I know I'm running a little bit behind. There are so many palettes that I still have to try out that I have not gotten around to. And yeah, so I'm doing my best here to edit all of them and post them in a timely manner. But this is definitely one of the newer releases. I feel like it's still new, but in the greater scheme of things, in the makeup world, it might already be old. You guys, this is actually a really pretty palette. It's the Grounded palette by Glaminatrix Cosmetics. So this palette is what I'm currently wearing on my eyes. This was the very first time I also used the palette, but I'm very familiar with Glaminatrix Cosmetics. I've featured them so many times on my channel. But when I'm looking at this color story, oh my gosh, this color story is just giving me fall vibes all day long. And I know this was actually inspired by an April's Fool's joke, minus the grounded version. Now this also exists in a version that is called Tones of Turd. To me personally, that's just a little bit distasteful. I rather have something a little bit more sophisticated, something a little bit more spiritual. And I feel like this theme Grounded, for me, it really did something. I really do feel like that these shades, this color story is so autumnal. Like this is really giving me grungy fall vibes. And Glaminatrix has an amazing formula. Their mattes are so blendable, so buildable. I just really, really enjoy them. And I mean, the look that I've created was a little bit unexpected. A lot of it just turned a little bit more green on me, but then it has this stunning just multi-chrome effect on my eyes. I used this shade today combined with this shade, and then I put a little bit of this shade right here down my lower lash line. Quality-wise, for my very first look, I'm impressed. I really like this quality. This is stunning. Again, I still have to play around with this a little bit more. I'm gonna create more looks with this and then post them over on my shorts tab. Oh, the next palette. This palette, my gosh, this really just screams fall to me. So this is by Cosmic Beauty, and this is the Undergrowth eyeshadow palette. This is such a stunning palette. If you like a lot of green, a lot of these mossy tones, a lot of these olive tones, I mean, this is like a beautiful sort of warm color story, a lot of golden shades in here. Cosmic Beauty also makes one of my favorite formulas in the entire world. I just think this is fall all over. Like, this is really just autumn in a palette. Looks really, really stunning. And I've created some beautiful looks with this, you know. Although I will say, you guys may know, I am a little bit more drawn towards cool tones. So fall, like the typical fall color stories in general, are not necessarily my all-time favorite color stories. However, if I'm feeling like it, and if I want to do something a little bit more like fall inspired, because don't shy away from experimenting with colors. Like, I mean, I'm trying out everything. I don't care if it suits me, if it doesn't suit me, I will see that, right? But this really looked great on me. Like, I mean, I do have a little bit more of a cooler undertone, so these tones sometimes can look a little bit off on me. But yeah, the quality of this, how these beautiful shades just looked on my eyes, oh, this is such a stunning color story. And if you are vibing with these tones, I would definitely recommend this, especially for this time of the year. I feel like this is really, really perfect. Okay, I just talked about how I do prefer cool tones. And I feel like this palette, if you are like me and you really love cool tones, even for the fall time, don't miss out on this palette because this is so beautiful. And this is by Glamlite, and it's the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn eyeshadow palette. And this is the Team Jacob eyeshadow palette. I did not expect to love it as much as I do. I also ranked this pretty high up because, I mean, these tones are stunning. The color story is beautiful. Quality is top notch. And again, these are a little bit more in the realm of cool tones. I cannot tell you how much I love this palette. This is also more of a neutral palette, but we also have some unexpected twists in this palette. I mean, we have this shade, Shapeshifter. I can't get over this shade. This is such a beautiful shade. And then we also have a little bit more of like warmth in here. You know, we do have these coppery shades right here, and you can definitely go so many different ways with this palette. I had no idea how versatile this was when I got it, but when I started playing with it, I was really blown away. Yeah, beautiful palette, beautiful quality, could only recommend. And the next palette is a little bit more unexpected, I would say. I have featured this palette in a long format video alongside with the 3 other palettes that were included in this release. And this is by Odin's Eye, and it's the Autumn Alva eyeshadow palette. And I would say it's a little bit of an odd one out because this color story is not necessarily like the traditional fall season color story that we are used to. I mean, we definitely have some elements of fall. I almost feel like this is bridging the gap in between the summer season and the fall season because of these lighter tones, you know. This does not include an orange shade, and usually like a lot of these autumnal eyeshadow palettes, they definitely lean heavy on the orange and on the green and on the browns. And I feel like this is giving a little bit of something different. We definitely have a twist here, especially with these beautiful, like muted purple tones, the pink, I mean, the icy minty shades here. And then we also do have more traditional shades, you know, in terms of like, I mean, this shade right here is so beautiful. Like, this brown is so stunning. I've created some beautiful looks with this. So I did want to include this because it's just interesting. I feel like it's a really interesting palette. And I've been really enjoying this collection by them. It's really, really fantastic. But all right, so let's move on to the next palette. And this one is by Nomad Cosmetics, and this is the Ireland Wild Atlantic Way. I was looking through all of my Nomad Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, and I thought this is just screaming autumn to me. And I'm gonna be honest with you, they just released a beautiful eyeshadow palette, and it's called Pacific Northwest. And you guys, the Pacific Northwest, one of my favorite travel destinations ever, Cannon Beach, the most magical beach I've ever been to. When I saw this palette, I knew I wanted it, so I did order that. It is currently on its way to me, and I feel like that one is giving like more of like a grungy, cool toned color story, also perfect for the fall season. I think it's so beautiful. I cannot wait to play around with this. But I pulled out this one because obviously this is like the green golden palette, you know, that just, I mean, come on, this color story, if this is not giving you fall vibes, then I don't know. It does not really include like a brown, it's not very neutral, but if you do like green, if you love golden shades, if you like a little bit of teal, this is such a fantastic palette. The quality of Nomad Cosmetics is just outstanding. I love this brand so much. All of their palettes are travel, destination-based themes, and you know, the island one just gives me like fall vibes. It literally does give me fall vibes in a nutshell. Like this would be what I would pull out for the fall time. I think it's just such a beautiful palette and a lot of like different green tones, a lot of different golden tones. Like, I mean, these like beautiful terracotta shades, coppery golden shades, you know, everything that we are kind of associating in our mind with fall is in this palette. I also pulled out this one. This is more of a neutral palette. It's actually considered as a more neutral palette by this brand. However, I do feel like there are definitely a lot of elements that remind me of the fall season in terms of the color story. And this is by Blend Bunny Cosmetics, and it's the All Done Up palette. In terms of quality, this might be my all-time favorite palette by them, one of my all-time favorite palettes. But the quality of this is just exceptional. It's so good, especially the mattes. Amazing quality in this palette. And when we're looking at the color story, I mean, you can't deny that there are definitely some elements of fall in this palette. Like these shades really do remind me of these like grungier tones. I mean, you can do pretty much anything with this. There is so much variety. I love how this goes from light to mid-tone to deep tone, and then we have the shimmer shades right here. And this shade, Shine, it's like this beautiful iridescent green shade. It's stunning. These mattes are so buttery, so like easy to blend out, and just so nice to work with. You can just do pretty much anything with this. You can also do like a really beautiful glam look. You don't necessarily have to go for like seasonal makeup if you don't want to. I'm just saying this kind of reminds me of autumn. It really does. So I wanted to include this. And then the next brand, Lord Almighty, I've got like so many fall vibes palettes by this brand, and this is also one of my all-time favorite brands. And honestly, I've tried so hard to limit myself to one, but with this brand, I just couldn't. I've got 4 palettes right here by this brand because I just feel like they have so many color stories that are so perfect for the fall time. And I'm talking about Unearthly Cosmetics. So maybe let's just talk about one of their newer palettes from this year. And this is the Murky Meadow eyeshadow palette. So the Murky Meadow eyeshadow palette really does give me traditional fall vibes. I mean, we also have these beautiful, like warm neutrals in here, and then some like pop of like yellow, which I also really do enjoy, and then just these shimmers are so beautiful. I did rank this up pretty high because I did some beautiful looks with this. Like, I don't know, this really just gives me fall vibes. It really does. And it's a 9-pan eyeshadow palette, so if you want something a little bit more smaller, a little bit more curated, I think this palette makes so much sense. It's so beautiful. I love this quality. This quality is so amazing. Really nice. So this is from this year. And I also have one of their newer eyeshadow palettes. So this is the Shadow Sculpt Ghoul Garden eyeshadow palette. And this is a newer formula. Like, I did not think that Unearthly Cosmetics would actually tweak around their formula a little bit, but I will say this has a different formula than this one. I still have to do a ranking where I will go a little bit more into depth about this. But just look at that. If you like green tones, if you like these muddy, swampy tones with a little bit of mint in there, and then some golden shimmers, oh, you would love this. This is such an interesting color story, isn't it? And I really feel like this is really giving me fall vibes. Like, it really does. So I realized what is different about this formula, definitely the shimmers. The shimmers in this are not quite as hot pressed, as firmly pressed. They are more emollient, and there is definitely more glitter in them. This is really, really sparkly. Like, the glitter, you can feel it when you pick it up, right? It's not sharp. It's not going to cut your lid, because sometimes I'm worried about that. I don't really like that. And I also created some looks with this. I'm going to be posting them very, very soon on my YouTube Shorts tab. I'm not sure if I've already posted them by the time this video is going up, but rest assured, it's coming. Played around with this. Love the matte formula. The mattes are amazing. Pigmented, blendable, just you can work with them so well. They're not going to give you a headache. They are so easy to use. A really, really stunning color story overall. And again, no browns, no neutrals. Just keep that in mind. So if you do prefer this color story, but you want a little bit more orange, you want a little bit more variety, this palette and this other palette, my gosh, they are just really fall inspired. So this is the Sorceress Smoke eyeshadow palette. She is such a beauty. Oh, she's such a beauty. What a beautiful, beautiful palette, right? So if you do want some neutrals in here, I would say go with this, because the other one it's a lot more green. It's a lot more swampiness. This one you can definitely pick and choose whatever you want. I mean, there is like this swampy orange shade, a little bit of these olive grayish tones right here, but then we also have these neutral tones right here, and it's such a well curated palette. I love these shimmers. This shade, Nightshade, oh, so beautiful. And also Ritual, what a beautiful palette, and perfect for the fall season. And so is this one. I mean, it's in its name, it's called Fall Magic. And this is a palette if you like pink. You gotta love pink though with this, because this color story leans very heavy on the pinks, but it's also giving me a lot of retro vibes, you know. Some of these also have a shift in them, you know, they do shift a little bit more green, and this is their fall inspired eyeshadow palette. I do think that this was a reformulation, but it was re-released with their updated formula and re-envisioned. And I will say it's a beautiful palette. Like, you can do some really interesting combinations with this. Our quality is just so good, so well curated. I really, really have to say, Unearthly had so many like fall themed eyeshadow palettes. I couldn't limit myself with this brand because I just love them so, so, so much, and their quality is stunning. Let's move on to the next brand. And it was really, really difficult for me to limit myself with this brand. I pulled out 3 eyeshadow palettes here, okay? So this is by Adept Cosmetics, and this is the Flying Fiddles eyeshadow palette. I do think that this eyeshadow palette has gotten discontinued. This no longer exists, so if you have it, pull it out. I really tried hard not to include too many eyeshadow palettes that are no longer available, but I wanted to just shout this out because this is just so beautiful. Look at this color story. I mean, this is not necessarily like fall in an eyeshadow palette. I've got another one by them that is a little bit more obvious, but I feel like these tones, I don't know what it is, but I want to reach for this palette, especially in the fall time. You know, this is giving me just fall vibes. And I don't know why. Some of the shimmers are a little bit more on the neutral side. Really, really intense, sparkly, beautiful shimmers. Their formula is amazing. This shade Blue Crown, also just so, so, so pretty. And then this yellow browning. Oh my gosh, I love this shade Meadow Foam. Ah, beautiful. Just, I mean, I'm using this all year long, you know. I don't need the fall to pull it out, but if I would put a season on this palette, would definitely be fall. The next one is even more fall inspired, and this is also no longer available. So this is the Sumerian Sunset eyeshadow palette. Oh my goodness. This is giving me major fall vibes. No, I mean, like this color story, just this is giving me pumpkin spice vibes. And then we also have these beautiful burgundies. We got a holochrome in here. This is so much fun. The mattes here are fine. Maybe not my favorite color combination in the world, but nonetheless, I can make this work. But some of these shimmers are just outstanding. They are so beautiful. And I just really, really think this is a very unique palette in my collection, and I really have been enjoying it. So this is really giving me like traditional fall vibes, maybe summer going into fall. I just think it's beautiful. They also came out with a new palette, And I've recently only filmed with this, and it's, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so stunning. This might be my favorite one out of these three that I've got here. This is the Adept Cosmetics EBE eyeshadow palette. I think it's extraterrestrial biological entity. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. But this is such a stunning palette, you guys. Have a look at that. This palette is so cool. It's alien inspired, obviously. So this was their most recent release. I love the color combinations. I'm obviously going to be posting this palette really soon. Maybe I've already posted the looks over my shorts tab, but the quality of this palette blew my socks off. It's just so amazing, and I know that this palette is a little bit higher up there in price, I will say, but this is worth it. This is so much fun. Could be great for Halloween. I don't know if it was meant to be a Halloween release necessarily. It was released during the fall season, so I do imagine that their intention was to, do something inspired by the fall time, because honestly, some of these shades, these tones are definitely more seasonal. Doesn't have to be. I would use this palette anytime. I don't really mind. But just these shades. This shade right here, Inner Divinity. And what was the other shade that I loved so much? Oh my gosh, Ebos. There are some shades that do have this beautiful holographic shimmer to them, and they just look stunning on the eyes. And I love these matte tones. This one, the Roswell Grace, perfect taupe for me. Like, I love grays. I love these more cool toned palettes. And I will say the mattes in this are quite cool toned. With the exception of this more like mustardy, swampy, yellowy green shade. The rest is pretty cool toned, but I love that. So really great quality. I know that these two are no longer available, but if you're interested in this newer palette, I can only recommend it. I think the quality is exceptional. Okay, so let's move on. So when I went through my collection, I pulled out this palette, and I've not talked about this in a hot minute, but I just remember loving this color story. And when I played with this, I was like, my gosh, this is so perfect for the fall time. This is by a French indie brand. It's by Mika's Beauty Shop, and this is the Serpent eyeshadow palette in collaboration with Martis Makeup. I mean, this palette is so beautiful. This color story is really giving me fall vibes, but with a twist. We've got some popping shades in here as well. I mean, the shimmers are phenomenal. In this palette in particular, the mattes have to be built up a little bit more, but you can build them up. They're just a little bit, don't think that, they are lacking pigment. You can definitely build them up, but they are not pigmented. If you just dip in once and you put it down, you gotta build them up. That was what I wanted to say. But my gosh, this yellow and this orange shade, they are popping. And also the shade Venom. Oh, this is so beautiful. And some of these shimmer shades really do look wet. I also love duality. I always like these type of like shades, especially for like the fall season. I think it's a beautiful palette, and it's available at this point in time, because I did go ahead and I looked up if this palette was out of stock or if it's available. At this point in time when I'm filming this, it's still in stock. And I remember it was out of stock for a long time, and I've been really enjoying this. So let's also move on to, oh my gosh, with this brand, I also kind of struggled a little bit, because they've got so many like beautiful eyeshadow palettes, and I decided to just include two of them. And this is also the last brand that I wanted to feature in today's video. So this is by Fantasy Cosmetica, and this is the Enchanted Autumn eyeshadow palette. Just look at that cover art. This is actually in collaboration with Makeup Just for Fun, Amanda. And my gosh, this cover art is so beautiful. I love Fantasy Cosmetica. They make some stunning formulas, some beautiful color stories. I'm always excited what they're going to be launching next. And this is a very special color story. Maybe not everyone is going to like this, because I will say this might be a little bit of a different take on autumn. I feel like, this is a little bit more cool toned in general, but very interesting tones. I mean, There are some beautiful antique golden shades, the stunning duochrome called Scorpio, and this pop of like iciness in there. Very different from your traditional like fall inspired like color story, right? But I think it has something about it that I am vibing with personally. I'm really vibing with this. I also love this mirror. You can do some really interesting combinations with this, but you can also just, you know, use it like a matte, a shimmer, a matte, a shimmer. If you just want to do that, you know, maybe you don't want to like do a full beat, maybe you don't have the time, maybe you are a lot more simplistic in makeup than I am. I really enjoy how I can combine these. I think it's very interesting and it's something very different for the fall season, you know. It's a stunning palette, love the quality. And then I also pulled out this one. This is also from this year, and this is the Ranger eyeshadow palette. This is definitely a lot more traditional. I mean, we've got these like beautiful warm neutrals combined with the greens, a little bit of a pastel minty shade here as well. And, you know, I have created some stunning looks with this. They were definitely giving me fall vibes. When I used this palette, I was like, oh yeah, fall time. Nonetheless, I almost also pulled out the Druid palette. So if you do have that Druid palette, that is also giving me major fall vibes. But yeah, this is a little bit newer, so I just thought I would include this palette in today's video. But alright, you guys, those were all of the palettes that I wanted to share in today's video. I really wanted to limit myself because, you know, I could have pulled out like another 5 eyeshadow palettes if I wanted to. But I just said to myself, you know what? Just limit yourself a little bit and make a little bit more of a condensed video. Please do drop me a comment down below. What are your favorite eyeshadow palettes for this season? Have you tried any of the ones that I've included in my selection? If yes, let me know. What are your thoughts on them? I'm always like really excited to hear from you guys. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell in order to get notified about my upcoming videos. And because I do have a bunch of new makeup sitting right next to me, I'm going to make an effort to actually get in front of the camera a little bit more again and put on some new makeup. That's going to be the next video, so just hang around. Thank you again for your patience, and yeah, until next time, please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.